Hi guys, my name is Nufata Pita Abakas. So for this video, my friend and I would like to talk about multiply drug resistance. The learning objective are to define the meaning of multiply drug resistance, to identify the type of microorganism that involved, and to categorize the antimicrobial agents. What is multiply drug resistance? Multiply drug resistance is a condition enabling a disease-causing organism to resist distinct drugs or chemicals of a wide variety of structure and function target at eradicating the organism. Multiply drug resistant organism, or we call as MDROS, are defined as microorganisms that are resisting to one or more classes of antimicrobial agents. Drug resistance is relative or complete lack of effect antimicrobial agent against a previously susceptible microbe or pathogen. It is an evolutionary principle that organisms adopt genetically to change in their environment. What is antimicrobial resistance? Antimicrobial resistance happens when microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, virus, parasites change when they are exposed to antimicrobial drugs. The other terms that we use to microorganisms that develop antimicrobial resistance are sometimes we call as superbugs. Antimicrobial resistance occurs naturally over time, usually through genetic changes. Antimicrobial resistance, or also we call as AMR, for the short form, threatens the effective prevention and treatment of an ever-increasing range of infection. So here's the example of the microorganism and its antimicrobial drugs or antimicrobial agents. Number 1, bacteria antibiotic. Number 2, fungi antifungal. Number 3, virus antiviral. And number 4, parasite for antiparasitic. So that's all for my part. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Noriza Timalsuan. I will explain about multi-drug resistant bacteria. Okay, first, a bacterium can have several different resistant genes, each providing resistance to a particular antibiotic. Second, other possibility is that a single resistant mechanism gives resistance to more than one antibiotic. For example, one resistance strategy bacteria use is to pump the antibiotic out of the cell. Then, bacteria use a single pump to pump out 7 different antibiotics. Multi-drug resistant bacteria are problematic. First, infection with multi-drug resistant bacteria are hard to treat, side few or even not treatment option remain. Second, multi-drug resistant facilitated spread of antibiotic resistance. When multi-drug resistant plasmid to transfer other bacteria, this become resistant to many antibiotics at once. Then, multi-drug resistant complicated effort to reduce resistance. Different antibiotics like for the same resistant plasmid or antiplasmid or bacteria. For example, reducing use one type of antibiotic is not enough to reduce to that antibiotic. Multi-drug resistant bacteria are increasing. First, increasing prevalence of pathogenic multi-drug resistant bacteria globally. For example, ESBL is extended subterm beta lactase, like ESBL are enzymes that destroy many clinically important antibiotics. Second, infection are bacteria, especially ESBL, are hard to treat and becoming increasing common. For example, more 15% are the community population in some part of South Asia are colonized with ESBL. It's like producing bacteria according to recent experiments. Finally, this put many risks and future antibiotic, pathogenic multi-drug resistant bacteria globally. For example, ESBL is extended subterm beta lactose, like ESBL are enzymes that destroy many clinical important antibiotics. Second, infection are bacteria expressly ESBL are hard to treat and becoming increasing common. For example, more 15% of the community population in some part of South Asia are colonized with ESBL. It's like producing bacteria according to recent experiments. Finally, this put many risks at future antibiotic.
Hi, my name is Nopati Binti Hilmi. I'm from Group 30. So today I want to share with you guys what is antifungal medicine. So antifungal medicine are used to treat fungal infection, which most commonly affect in your skin, hair, and nails. Antifungal medicines works by killing the fungus and preventing the fungus from growing. Okay, infection antifungals can treat, like for example, ringworm, athlete's foot, fungal snail infection, vagina thrush, and some type of dandruff. Okay, some fungal infection can grow inside the body, and this is need to treat in hospital. For example, aspergillosis, which affect in the lungs, and fungal meningitis, which affect the brain. Types of antifungal medicines is a cream, a gel, ointment, spray, capsules, tablet, liquid, injection, and a pessary. Like this is a small and a soft tablet to put inside the vagina. Side effect of antifungal medicine. So antifungal medicines has their side effect. So for example, is burning, like skin burning, redness, feeling sick, abdominal pain. Sometimes antifungal medicines may cause a more severe reaction, like for example, an allergic reaction, a severe skin reaction, and liver damage reaction.
Hi guys, my name is Nur Fazien Farhana. I'm from Group 13. I want to discuss about antiparasitic. Definition of antiparasitic are a class of medication which are indicated for the treatment of parasitic disease, such as those caused by helminth, amoeba, ectoparasitic, parasitic fungi, and protozoa. Antiparasitic target the parasitic agent of the infection by destroying them or inhibiting their growth. Type of antiparasitic are antiprotozoa. The example of antiprotozoa is the anti-malaria, which is to treat malaria for dependent on the Plasmodium species. Type of antiparasitic are antiprotozoa. The example of antiprotozoa is the anti-malaria, which is to treat malaria for dependent on the Plasmodium species. Secondly, of antiparasitic is anti-helminthic. The example of anti-helminthic drugs against parasitic worm as either vermicides or vermifungus. Vermicides acts by killing the worm, whereas vermifungus help expel the worm, usually in their life state. Anti-helminthic drug can be grouped based on the class of parasitic worms they act on and also based on the chemical structure of the drug. Thirdly, of parasitic is antiamoebic. Antiamoebic drugs are useful in the management of amoebiasis caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Antiamoebic drug can classify into luminal, tissue, systematic, or mixed amobicide. Luminal amobicide acts on parasite in the lumen and include tudoquinol, paromomycin sulfate, and diloanide fruit. Parasitic antigardial Gardia lambia cause giardiasis and is managed using metronidazole. Alternative medication for giardiasis include tinidazole, furosemide, and albendazole. Lastly, the parasitic are ectoparasitides. The most common human ectoparasite include head lice, public lice, and scabies mites. Pyrethroid acton the neuromuscular system of ectoparasite, paralyzing them. It induces nerve excitation by changing the permeabilities on sodium and potassium on nerve membrane. How do we will kill parasite? On our stomach is 8 more row of garlic, pumpkin seed, pomegranate, and carrot, which is the traditional use, and the mixture of honey and papaya. Then drain off a lot of water to help flush out of the body.
Hi everyone, I'm Nushazrina binti Sharudin from Group 13. Today I want to talk about antiviral resistance. Okay, first, antiviral resistance occurs when a virus mutates to survive. Additionally, antiviral resistance depends on many factors such as an already immunocompromised patient, a co-infection of another disease, the presence of another pre-existing condition, how long the patient had the disease prior to diagnosis, and the strain of the virus. Individuals who have one or more of these factors as having a drug-resistant mutation which serve as signature because that virus system will likely spread to others and could become a pandemic. Next, viruses. The viruses well known as HIV or AIDS, influenza, hepatitis, and herpes. Viruses are intracellular pathogens that contains RNA or DNA which help from host cell to replicate. Viruses seems amorphous compared to another microbe which is bacterial infection to skin, fungi in the woods, and parasitic worms in faces. Virus particles do exist. They are tiny. We have to use microscopic. In fact, they are about 1 million smaller than bacteria. Next, antiviral medication. An antiviral medication inhibits a virus from replicating. There are two broad categories of antivirals. First, directly acting antivirus target the protein or the RNA or DNA of a specific virus. While these antivirals are considered less toxic, viruses are more likely to become resistant to them. Second, host-acting antivirus modify the cells of host or arouse an immune response that affect virus life cycles. They are less likely to develop resistance but considered more toxic.